After 3 long years away, PaleyFest is returning in 2022 to its home at the Dolby Theater and is bringing in a star-studded lineup. The premier television festival will be taking place in person in Los Angeles from April 2nd to the 10th. This year's lineup includes the cast and creatives behind This Is Us, Superman and Lois, Blackish, Ghosts, The Neighborhood, Hacks, Cobra Kai, Riverdale, Better Call Saul, NCIS, NCIS Los Angeles, and NCIS Hawaii, as well as Emily in Paris. You can visit paleycenter.org for more information. I'm Sari Cohen with Hollywood First Look, and joining us today is a very special guest, someone very near and dear to my heart, Renee Reyes, who is Vice President of Paley Center, Vice President of PaleyFest. Welcome to the show.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Sari. It's great to be back here with you again and to see you after all this time. Thank you for doing this.
We were just talking before we went on air, and I was saying I have been covering Paley events since the beginning of my career as an entertainment journalist, all the Paley live events, the fall TV previews, and of course, the annual PaleyFest, which is like the biggest TV festival in existence. And it is returning to the Dolby Theater in April after 2 years of being virtual. How do you feel about that?
I'm over the moon excited. It's two years of being virtual, and those have been great. It's the space we've all been living in the last 2 years, and we're grateful to have it. But we haven't been in person really for PaleyFest for 3 years. So to have a chance to be back at the Dolby, from April 2nd through 10th, just after the Oscars, and feel that excitement again of the fans and the stars and creators is really, we're all hopeful and looking forward to April.
You've got a lot of my favorites returning and some new things to the list. So what can we expect this year?
You can expect a lot of fun on stage, because when these stars come out, it's generally, they know the only objective of our PaleyFest events is to celebrate the show. Nobody's trying to be negative or do gotcha questions or anything like that. It's just about the love of TV. And when you think about, the lineup we have this year, we're kicking off with This Is Us. And we also, I also want to mention Blackish, they're part of it, just because both of those series are in their final seasons and really still at the top of their games. And at the Paley Center, we've had the honor of actually being a part of that entire history, and you were probably there for some of it. We premiered both This Is Us and Blackish at our fall previews with the cast before the shows had aired. And with This Is Us in particular, I remember the audience sitting in the theater and watching the show on the big screen. And then at sort of towards the end, as there's the reveal of that we're going to get different years worth of story, it was like a intake of breath. And the creator was with me at the time, and he was like, oh my God, they're getting it, they're loving it. And so to have been with that cast at that event and also other PaleyFest events, and to have them back now, it's so special. There's so much out there, and like to be able to welcome, in addition to the shows I mentioned, Hacks, which I love, the HBO Max series with Jean Smart. Jean Smart is an amazing actor who's been a part of so many different PaleyFest events over the years, but to see her at this point in her career, just having this moment again, especially with such an incredible project, excited that she's going to be there. We've got NCIS. This is like one of the biggest events we've ever done. We have the whole universe. So we're going to do 3 different panels in one big event with the cast of NCIS, the cast of NCIS Los Angeles, and the cast of NCIS Hawaii, all on stage, all in one night. We have another night that we're doing comedy, where we have like that really fun new comedy on CBS, Ghosts, paired with The Neighborhood, another great comedy that's been on the network for a few years. So they'll be together in one event. Emily in Paris is going to be our closing event. It's like they just got renewed for 2 more seasons, and it's really a show that people have taken to their hearts over the last year. We also had them at the fall preview, but only in virtual format because it's a newer show. And I think this is going to be the first time they do an event with the public. So that should be really exciting in April. we're fortunate. We certainly do appreciate what it takes to make the shows that are on our air right now, and we're happy to be able to preserve their legacies and to hear from these incredible actors and creators. Because not only does that event unfold live there, we're filming the conversation, including the part where the audience gets to ask questions as well too, and that becomes part of the Paley archive as well too. So it's going to be fun to be able to do that again in a venue like the Dolby Theater just after the Oscars. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to hang out with us today and fill us in. You guys make sure you stay with us because we will be bringing you all the latest from PaleyFest this year. I'm Sari Cohen. I'll see you next time.